Solly, Warrington about to get the game restarted, and in the words of Mark Jones, good sets of 6 and let's bury him. Mercer runs up but only to the 10-metre line this time. Craig Innes driving away from the loose forward spot. Leeds have another substitute on, it's Anthony Gibbons. Difficult to see who he's on the field for at the moment. Neil Harman just making good early yards. That was a penalty that went amiss there. Dave King having another bite of the cherry, George Mann. Mercer running one off the ruck. Tate kicks the ball down the field. That's safely in the arms of number 5, Andy Currier. Again, Gareth Davis just having a run, arcing across, and Mark Jones. Good ball, Mackie. Spin it out to Shelford. Well, that ball went forward. Referee looks to his touch judges. Referee looked to the touch judge, got no help from the touch judge. He was obviously not well placed to see. John Huff runs from acting half. He's buried there. That's a good tackle from number 16, Anthony Gibbons. Shelford. Across the football, Alan Tate's safely picked it up there, offside from 2 Warrington players. Marking square there. So the first half penalties were 3-2 in the favour of the Warrington, and the scrums 6-5. So Leeds get the first penalty of the second half, and Graham Allroyd doesn't find touch, which is just what you need when you're losing 24 points to 2. And straight back for Lee Penny, who'll score a try again here, as sure as eggs and eggs. Well, that's how to make a side pay. And what can you say about that? What a superb try to Lee Penny's hat-trick. It's 3 minutes of this second half gone then. And Lee Penny out from his hat-trick. Not a Leeds player laying a hand on him. And that all coming from Graham Allroyd's penalty, failing to make touch. That's successful. So it's Caminero that's gone off the field for Anthony Gibbons. Anthony Gibbons coming in on the wing, and Marvin Golden has had to switch into the centre. So Leeds both first choice centres not playing in the centre this evening. Craig Innes had to go to loose forward. Mackie finds Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe not playing the ball at the right position. Off. Mark Jones. He's still managing to get the ball out of the tackle, Yastineris, despite the fact that he was well and truly clamped there. To the last tackle, off puts the kick in. Anthony Gibbons knocks it backwards. A good defence from Greg Mackie. Tate spots the gap, goes himself. Laws finds Innes. Mick Shaw, nowhere to go for Mick Shaw at the middle of the field this evening. Been well wrapped up there by the Warrington defence. All right. Kicks for Laws bobbing that over. Adge Career touches the ball, it goes into touch. And that's head and ball to Leeds. The few Liners fans that have made the trip over despite of the traffic problems getting behind the team. Laws feeds the ball to Allroyd. Long spinning passes out there for Cummins. Cummins looks to go himself. Lee Penny's up to the situation, so is Justin Addis. The Leeds should really switch the ball back now. Golden goes himself. Just a couple of metres short. The Leeds pressing strongly now. That's for Mercer, but Mercer's not got the boat really to drive over from those situations. You need an Harvey Howard or a Neil Harmon coming onto that football. Shaw finds Allroyd again. Allroyd's long pass out there for the corner. That's a try. In fact, it's not a try. The man still ducks in the touches, Paul Cook. Touch judge was the closest man to see. Looked like the Warrington player had knocked the flag over from up here, but they are at the other side of the field. So Leeds no look going for them. Wainwright. Good defence from Laws and Mercer. Shelford. And forward pass. Adjudged by David Campbell and it looked a perfectly fair pass from Shelford from up here. Laws gets Allroyd away. Dropping off balls for Tate. Short ball for Gary Mercer. Tries a chip over. Lee Penny knocked back in the tackle. Would be a happy man tonight. Certainly would qualify, I would assume, for the Wires Man of the Match award, even at this early stage of the game. 10 minutes gone in this second half, and 30 points to 2. Wire in front. Sculthorpe looks to dodge through. Craig Innes brings him down. Well, it's always a difficult decision for players and referees in that situation. One wonders what the referee's decision would have been had Paul Sculthorpe gone up and carried on running. It's often we've seen players not dare to get on when a man has got up to run. But I'm not going to criticise the referee for that. He's made his decision, but it is a difficult one for both players and officials. While you want to speed the play the ball up and obviously stop the flopping, it is difficult when players feel that they're not tackled and get off and carry on running. Here come Warrington again, and they've got a lot of men to spare over on that right hand side. Justin Harris looks to go himself, and he's been missed there. Alan Tate's missed him again. He bounced the football surely there. Referee awards a try, and Harris is in for another one. "51 minutes then. Warrington go further ahead with Justin Harris. Warrington make a substitution. John Thursfield's on for Kelly Shelford. Harris then looks to convert. Successfully converts. Warrington 36. Leeds 2. Jamie Field comes on. Well, Jamie Field on for George Mann, but it's really not going to make any difference to Leeds now. At least Jamie Field will do his tackling and take the ball up. Dave King. Picked up there by Anthony Gibbons. Should be the first knock on. And Leeds should have head and ball at the scrum. Well, nothing going right for Leeds there, because certainly Warrington knocked the ball on first. Leeds moving up quickly on Yestin Harris. Great tackle from Marvin Golden. Hurstfield. Up to the last tackle now with Makita. Well taken by Paul Cook, but he's not going to get out of his own in goal. Good kick and chase game from the wire there. Alright, we'll have to drop the football out. And the last time Leeds dropped out, they conceded a try within 6 tackles. Mackie again, running across the field, looking for an opening. Here's Chris Rudd. Round the arc. Jones. Yestin Harris running at the defence, that's good. Penny again, twisting, spinning out of tackles. Off goes from acting half, sets up a good position on the last tackle, so Leeds can expect the bomb again here. Unless Warrington decide to run the football. It's looking for a drop goal. And it's successful. .55 minutes on the clock then. So Holroyd. Hurstfield, good tackle from Marvin Golden. Gareth Davis. Not had much chance to shine this evening, but most of the Warrington tries have come straight down the middle of the field. Dave King. Chan off again, Shaw turning his back on him, allowing him to make the extra 6 or 7 metres. Harris. Oh, Warrington with a million men to spare. Lee Penny. And that's the way to rid a man who stands in the tackle. That's what Leeds should have been doing all evening. putting your shoulder into the person who stood up in the tackle. Warrington run the ball on the 6th tackle. They've got a million men to spare over here. And again, Leeds will be forced to concede the dropout. Lloyd's kick comes straight to Iestyn Harris on the bounce, and Thursfield looks to run out wide. Mackey, Sculthorpe. Playing nice in under the post. What a class try again from Warrington. Well, good play there from Paul Sculthorpe again. Leeds linked with Paul Sculthorpe in the paper. Well, my advice is go out and buy him, Leeds, because he really has been a class act this evening. So Iestyn Harris then looking for his 7th goal to go with his 2 tries, and really, I said Lee Penny looked to be in the man of the match, but now it's got to go down to Iestyn Harris. He's had a superb game. All right, short kick this time, trying to find Marvin Golden. Picked up by Gary Mercer. Good play there from Golden, took the man out, the Warrington man. David Campbell decided it's about time he gave Leeds a penalty for holding down. Penalty's been remarkably even this evening, 4-all. And the scrum's also tied at 7-all. The thing that's not been even is the scrum, is the points scored this evening. Jamie Field just looking to struggle forward. All right. It's for the runaround. James Lowes goes himself almost through the gap. Marvin Golden diving on the ball. Looked like James Lowes is injured. Whether he lost the football or whether it was stolen from him, the referees decided it was a knock-on. Warrington get the ball from the scrum. Dave King. He's had a big game this evening for the Wire, running forward, just driving the ball forward. Mackey. Sculthorpe again. Didn't play the ball correctly. Lee Penny buried there on the 6th tackle. Craig Innes, one who hasn't stopped trying all night for Leeds. Holroyd. It's a lovely ball there out to Anthony Gibbons, stepping back inside. And the referee says that's a not a knock-on. It looked to me as though the man attempted to pick the ball up. 14 would be Greg Mackey. Matt Jones trying to ply his trade down the middle of the field. He's been successful this evening. There's Field. to the last tackle. So Leeds have done well at the moment. They've gone 4 or 5 minutes without scoring, without conceding a try, but that could alter now as takes underneath the high ball. Sculthorpe and Manoa Thompson in the taking, and holding down again from Manoa Thompson. Jamie Field just knocks off the first man and the second and drives forward, showing his older colleagues a good lead there. Harmon, who's another one who's worked hard all evening, just trying to set a lead. Now it's Holroyd's turn. In fact, it isn't Mick Shaw scampers from acting half. Holroyd just to go himself, can't get away there, and really the timing of Graham Holroyd's run since he came back from his injury has not been the best. Field couldn't take the pass, he picks it up at the second attempt, still going strong. And up to the last tackle. Oh, and Shaw's going, he puts the kick in. He's throwing it away, out of the front window, and Lee Penny can come away, and it's a bet that Lee Penny won't go the length of the field. I think we're going to find that the captains are going to be called in, and Anthony Gibbons is going to be put on report. So Anthony Gibbons put on report, and the referee will view the video. For his assessor, Greg McCallum. Warrington get the penalty. Justin Harris kicks up towards our commentary position. Big Mackie now wants the football in his hands, finds Mark Jones. Off, just skipping and dancing and trying to duck and weave. Mackie, long ball there out to Harris. A good ball from Manoa Thompson. Thrown into touch. Knock on, says the referee. Now the way the ball finished up in touch, and Leeds have head and ball at the scrum. Good defence there from Justin Harris on Francis Cummins. Francis Cummins looked to be away. And the hand placed between the legs there, but no one goes on report. Innes now, looking for a way through, no way through. It's a ball away, the Cuckoo stops and comes back inside. Holroyd tries a chip over, will that go for him? Still chasing Greg Mackie and Holroyd. And Mackie has to kick the ball there, good kick and chase from Holroyd there. The ball just ricocheting off the post. James Lewis feeds a football on the full. He takes a tackle of John Thursfield. Shaw brings Gary Mercer on a run. Solid defence there from Thursfield and Dave King. Shaw dumping and dancing, stepping himself. All right, switching play quickly out to Laws. Ball is finished, coming up on the outside. Well, Leeds look to be opening Warrington up early in the game. Let fell behind through some bad tackling and really have never recovered. Alan Tate's running across the field now. Gives Allroyd the ball. Leeds stacking men up now. Laws. Jamie Field up to the last tackle. Leeds 10 metres from the wire line. Took by Allroyd. Allroyd puts a grubber kick through. And that's a try. That's a class piece of play from Graham Allroyd, and it's about the only thing that any class that Leeds have done all evening. That was a lovely kick, and it was well worked between Allroyd and Cummings. We've seen that happen before a long time ago. So Leeds at last get something. Cup converts. Mercer. And he's picked up and bodily thrown backwards. Harmon. James Laws. Allroyd's kick. Spins downfield, finds touch. 60 metres away. Warrington's feed gets Manoa Thompson on the run. And Gareth Davies eventually knocked down by Marvin Golden. Mackie now looking to find runners, and he's not had a better runner all evening than Paul Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe now to his kick, plays the ball, finds Dave King. King looking for the winger outside him, Thompson was inside. Rudd. Feels a full weight there of a tackle from Jamie Field. Mackie again, puts up the bomb. Andy Bennett's going in for a try, waving to the crowd as he does so. Oh, 8 tries in. Leeds couldn't hold any longer. Leeds looked to have all the options covered there from the bomb, but waited for the ball to be caught by Warrington. And Warrington, of course, had a million men to spare on this side and just used the line to its extent. Put 2 men outside Andy Bennett. 47 then, Yes Tenerife misses his first kick of the evening. Forwards kick again is short. Yes, Tenerife was stood in the right place at the right time as Leeds knocked the ball backwards. Thursfield. Good ball there. Would have been from off to Penny. Sculthorpe runs himself and is brought down. Mackey. Oh, well picked up by Cook, showing the football. Golden then goes from acting half. Not had any chance to show anything this evening, but he's worked hard. Mercer. That lovely ball out to Innes there, and Leeds last have something of an overlap there. Francis Cummins stepping out of one tackle and another. Can't get the ball away, still gets up to his feet. He wasn't tackled there, and that's a typical example of what I say about flopping. Because Cummins thought he'd been tackled, the referee said he hadn't. Mercer now, he's got pace to go, has he? Finds Marvin Golden. Golden shoves off Yasin Harris. And only till the second cover comes across, and then Harris and the second cover tackler, which was Andy Currier, bring him down. Long ball from Allroyd, and straight into the arms of James Lowes. Drops off in the middle of the field, and Alan Tate takes him with a try. It's all academic, but it's something for the Lioness fans at the back of the sticks to cheer about. "76 minutes then." Paul Cook converts. It's 14. Penny gets the sponsors man of the match, but I'm afraid I'd have been looking at Yasin Harris, who's had a superb game in attack and defence. Lovely ball out there from Mercer, and it's Leeds starting to the last play some football. Innes drops off inside for Cummins. Cummins dragged round the neck, but still managing to go. Great break from Leeds from the kick-off, and Warrington look like they've given it away now. They know they can't lose. Allroyd. Ball was out there for Golden. A penalty for Leeds. All offside. Lawes finding Gibbons. Gibbons looking to step and go himself. He's lost the football, and Leeds have it. Manoa Thompson, who Hugh McGann was telling me this week, has got a real dodgy knee. Looks to hurt that knee again there. Warrington trying to bring the ball away from their own line. They'll have another try to bring up the 50 points. Andy Bennett was described in the programme notes last time Leeds came to Headingley as prop or wing. And I've seen him play a hooker. Lovely ball out there from Gibbons. That's a long ball again out there to Cook on the wing. Cook, we've got men to take on. Anthony Gibbons gets the ball away, knocked on by Francis Cummins in his haste. Can't be long left in this game, 2 or 3 minutes perhaps. Difficult to see, the Warrington clock has stopped. It's about the only thing of Warrington that's stopped this evening. And the career. Penny. Dave King will. To step through. And the Warrington fans cheering him on now. They'll want another try before the end of the game. Justin Harris. Got Sculthorpe away. Oh, good defence this time by Francis Cummins out on that far side. Harris goes himself. Warrington complaining there that the career, it's the kicking, finds touch. That's a 6th tackle. It'll be a scrum. So Leeds get the benefit of a dubious decision there, because certainly a Leeds player appeared to kick the ball forward, but the referee didn't signal 6 more tackles. Penalty sticks 5 to Leeds. Scrum's 10-9 to the wire. Cook comes in off his wing and looks for a way through, but there's no way through. Justin Harris has had a great game at standoff. He's wrapped everything up that's come from the base of the scrum. Mercer knocked down. Second attempt by Dave King. Cook again, stepping, trying to go. That's good football from Leeds, moving the ball out in the tackles. Thursfield comes across to cover. And that's great for Leeds. The Hunters gone, they'll be happy with that. 14 points to 47 they've lost here this evening to a rampant Warrington side, belying the fact that they've had some poor results recently, coming back to form, whereas Leeds look to be going the other way. There's 24 points to 2 at half time, and Leeds were up against it then with McDermott being sent off. The second half, Wyatt had a try to Penny his hat-trick on the 43rd minute, then a Harris try on 51. A drop goal from Harris and a Wainwright try on 58 minutes, all converted by Harris, made it 43-2, but Leeds are back with 2 tries. Cummins and Tate in between. Andy Bennett had a try for Warrington, so Leeds 14, Warrington 47. Very important ankle tap by Naylor then on Riley. Saints moving this ball out so well along the line. And man finding the gap. Look at the speed of that man. Going down Jack, many support. But the pass still gets away with Sullivan looking to go on his own. But Fawber's got him. Sullivan in from the opposite wing. Tackled well by Fawber, and now it's all Saints at this stage. Men over for them. But Gary Jack penalised, I think. Oh no, it's Saints who've been penalised for crossing it. That was it. It was a thought that was in my mind, but the play went on. Saints penalised for crossing, and that move comes to an end. But there we saw George Mann running so strongly through tackles, enabling Saints to create a position on attack. And what Saints have is men with speed. We saw that from Sullivan on several occasions, in particular in this game. But Salford breathe again, and I think the Saints fans are claiming that Ian Blease did what Saints were penalised for just a few minutes ago. The penalty didn't go against Salford. David Young, seeing that he had open ground, making most use of it for another important 10 yards for Salford. Mark Lead back on. Gary Jack in the line, but not able to stay clear of Phil Viver's tackle. These passing routes just not opening up today for Salford. And Andy Burgess having to take the 6th tackle. This one's going on the short side. Long pass over to Ford. Phil Ford's going to kick ahead and chase it. He's obstructed there. David Lyon takes the ball cleanly. Ford is back to get it back. And then does he rescue himself? He does, and then excellent play from Phil Ford. Determination, excellently so. And Salford have 6 more. And Stazika straightens up. This is good play from Salford. Excellent play from Phil Ford not to concede possession at that stage. But no way for Andy Burgess through there. And Salford again only 12 metres out. Nice little run around move, little kick ahead, and Ian Blease picks it up. Oh, that is brilliant! What a magnificent try that is. Bringing the Salford fans to their feet, jumping with delight. It wasn't the last play, it was a lovely kick through. It was judged to perfection. Ian Blease had time to pick it up, and then with all the control in the world he went round the final St Helens defender for a lovely try by the posts. And really, let's just have a look at that one again. And Ian Blease, the try scorer, and you have to say it came from Phil Ford's persistence on that play earlier where he kicked ahead, the ball had gone to David Lyon, and even at the play of the ball it was Phil Ford kicking out to try and get the ball back, as Phil quite legitimately the St Helens have done earlier in these plays in the game. And as a result, the Salford team put together a lovely series of moves, ending in a little kick across field by Mark Lee. Blease was there on his own to pick it up, go around the Saints man and score. More than deserved. And 2 points more, bringing Salford right back into it, and at no better time, 39 minutes gone, and Salford are only 2 points short of Saints. So it's Saints 8 and Salford 6. So Salford not in the lead, a long way to go in the game, but 8-6 has put them really back into it. Well played Salford, great try, well deserved. So we're into injury time, and the message must be nothing silly. Andy Burgess in trouble. I think he's got a bloodied nose. Nothing silly from Salford. Fawber hanging on to that ball as the first half comes to a close. Salford at last getting deserved rewards for all their first half efforts, and if they can maintain and continue this first half performance during the second half, who knows, maybe
there could just be a shock on the cards here today. Half-time score in Saints' favour, but only just. St Helens 8, Salford 6.